Hi, my name's Phil. I'd like to talk about politics. So, what's the consequence of the media allowing Nigel Farage, Tommy Robinson, and various others to stoke racial hatred over many years on their platforms with no serious pushback? Well, the news today is that racist incidents against our nurses has increased by 55% over the last 3 years, and a second British Asian woman has been raped, specifically because of her ethnicity, by a white man. And what's the word from the flag shaggers about this outrage? Nothing, not a peep. These people got absolutely no right to claim they're concerned about protecting women. They are abusing women and need calling out for it every time. But first, for daily news and politics, please click the subscribe button to stay notified. So a second Asian woman has been raped, believed by police to have been specifically targeted for the attack, with her race the primary motivation. The attack took place in Walsall, and police have released a photo of the suspect. So, of course, you would expect the usual protect our women crowd to be all over it on social media, wouldn't you? You know, like they were over the accidental release of a dark-skinned rapist at the weekend. I mean, Walsall is very full of these men. The latest MRP poll from YouGov shows that if there were a general election imminently, Reform UK would win the seat handsomely. So given the strong crossover between support for Reform UK and sticking flags on lampposts like dogs pissing to mark their territories, don't try to tell me there aren't plenty of active Save Our Women flag shaggers in and around Walsall. Well, the police have released a photo of the guy, so of course you'd be sharing it on social media in the hope one of your local followers recognises them, wouldn't you? I'm seeing no signs of them doing that. Seriously, the next time one of these knuckle draggers even tries to claim they're protecting women, ask why they keep abusing and raping women themselves or covering up for those who do. Because if a single one of these people who have been furiously posting on social media about rapists hasn't shared a photo of one in their backyard, then not only do they not actually care about protecting women, they are actively covering up a rape. It's really that simple. If anyone who was posting and reposting about the migrant rapist at the weekend, but isn't doing so to catch another fugitive from justice for the same crime, then they aren't interested in justice, only racial hatred. It's a little bit like the people who shout about Palestinians. Like, how do you tell the difference between those who genuinely care about innocent Palestinians being killed and abused and those who just hate Jews? Well, now that Israel have withdrawn from some of Gaza, Hamas have swept in and are murdering Palestinians in rival groups. So the people who claim to care about Palestinians will be outraged by that, right? I mean, murder's murder, right? It's either right or it's wrong. How many of them are expressing outrage at the murder of Palestinians at the hands of Hamas? Same here with the flag shaggers. Don't worry, love, this flag will protect you, like medieval half-wits putting up garlic and wolfsbane. You know, there are people in this world who disagree with us on lots of things to do with right and wrong. You know, morality is subjective. Some will disagree so much that we think of them as bad people, and they probably think likewise about us. But people have different views. But one thing that really makes me frustrated is when people express certain virtues which they don't believe in, they're lying. Why don't these men come out and just say, we hate people with a different colour skin to us? We don't care about women. When we go home, we're going to be shouting at our own women if they haven't got our tea ready. We just hate people with different coloured skin. Because that would at least be honest. And these rapists who, when caught with no thanks to the likes of Farage or Robinson supporters, we're going to discover that they've been radicalised by their rhetoric. And Robinson and Farage don't even personally care about women's safety themselves. Like Nigel Farage has held up as a great role model for young men, Andrew Tate, who is famous for boasting about literally raping underage girls and young women. As for Robinson, remember that he has supported people close to him who've been caught abusing. In some cases, he's even defended paedophilia within his own little circle. So it's not just the people they inspire who rape and abuse women. The very men at the top of this pyramid of disinformation, and of course they're men, have also proven that they do not care one jot about the safety of women. The Royal College of Nursing has said that racist attacks on our NHS nurses has increased 55% in the last few years, linked to anti-migrant rhetoric. And not all of this abuse is even from the knuckle draggers in A&E of a Friday night because they fell off a lamppost trying to mark their territory like a dog with low self-esteem, although plenty of it is. These are cases of managers as well, racially abusing the nurses in the report. We never got rid of the racism in public, but 10 years ago, there is no way an NHS manager would have even believed they'd get away with openly racially abusing nurses. I mean, never mind Nigel Farage banging his pots and pans in 2020 in support of the NHS. His real legacy is that the NHS nurses, one of the most respected professions in this country, including by Reform UK voters, are being abused because of his rhetoric. People like Farage have inspired people to abuse NHS nurses. That's a fact. And the media who've platformed him have allowed racist views to become mainstream. But of course, expressing these views isn't just words. They translate into actions which cause mental and even physical harm to innocent people. What people like Farage have done is taken the resentment in society from people whose living standards have been destroyed because of Tory greed and neglect. And in order to avoid letting them see the real source of their problems, because they're giving him plenty of money, right? He has stoked and channeled their rage at their own neighbours. He then created a new Tory party to avoid the stench from the traditional version, and is filling it full of Tory refugees from the Conservative Party who are loving the idea of presenting the public with a sort of sanitised brand of their parties that can do the whole thing again. It's cynical, it's deliberate, and it's intended to cause a lot of malicious harm to millions of innocent people. What people like Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson want is a monocultural society run by wealthy white men like them for the convenience of wealthy white men like them. But let me know what you think in the comments below. For more content, you could subscribe to the channel or even join for access to streams, behind the scenes updates. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.